Historically, coal has been known to be a primarily domestic fuel. However, in the past 2 centuries, especially since the dawn of the Industrial Revolution, coal became the most popular fuel type in industry. It was mostly used to fuel engines and heat large buildings, and consequently became the main source of primary energy. This was as a result of its abundance across the UK and the ease and locality of extraction, a major ideal, especially in relation to gas and oil. The low cost of coal power has been maintained even into the 21st century, and therefore it remains as an important source of energy.
Today, however, coal has seen a sharp decline in both its use and extraction throughout the UK. These former sites still bear the extent to which these industries operated. Brinner Woods is part of a beautiful nature reserve between Brinner and Llanharan Marsh, but its history, as you can see, is much more industrial. Coal mining started in Brinner in the 1860s with the opening of 2 shafts, both 51 and 75 yards deep. This was known as the Gregynog Colliery. In the late 1800s, there was real uncertainty over coal. That's why those last 2 shafts were shut down. But in the early 1910s, some drift mines were opened up on this very location, of which coal was transported out along this bridge. This coal contributed to the at least 57 million tonnes that was transported out of Wales in 1913.
The industry that gave rise to a proud Welsh heritage has since vacated the South Wales valleys. In the past few decades, remediation has been a priority to the government across all of the former mining sites. However, many, such as this one, have fallen by the wayside. It has since been left to be reclaimed by the wildlife that existed before it. Though an arguably ideal outcome, it has taken several decades for the growth around here to reach such a level. Coal itself contains more carbon than any other fossil fuel, and consequently it releases more carbon into the atmosphere upon combustion. Globally, coal still accounts for up to 40% of the world's energy supply, and vastly undermines a great portion of the effort put into tackling climate change. Climate change exists, and sadly we're conformed to a finite world of infinite growth. Therefore, it is imperative that we invest in and adapt to sustainable methods of obtaining our energy. The unfortunate truth is that we still depend heavily on non-renewable energy resources, so it's important to understand what we can do at home, as well as the local schemes that we can support.
One of the biggest and most modern alternatives to coal energy we have these days in the UK is wind energy.
In 2017, wind power contributed to 17% of the total supply to UK power. If you break that down even further, the last part of 2017, wind power contributed 18.5%. A more important figure, however, is 2016, where wind power overtook coal for the amount of energy supplied. One of the greatest myths about wind power is the amount of noise that the turbines produce. However, if you listen closely, you'll notice it's barely audible above the wind.
We're located up here in the Taff Ely Wind Farm, which overlooks Llanharan and Tonorefil on either side of this mountain. So it was originally built in 1993 and was one of the first generation of UK wind farms built. There was originally 20 turbines which would power 4,900 homes, but now we're in excess of 50, which powers up to 11,200 homes. Now it's not just these massive scale wind turbines that you can get involved in. You can get smaller ones that can just simply fit in your back garden, or something a bit easier, solar panels. Solar power should not be doubted as it contributes up to 5% of demand. From April to September of 2016, solar panels contributed more than coal did.
Unlike wind turbines, solar panels take up far less space and are certainly more inconspicuous, especially as they can be installed on rooftops. Solar energy may be less predictable than wind and it might not be operational in the night, but has a remarkably small carbon footprint. In fact, after installation, solar panels have no detrimental effect on the environment or the atmosphere. If this isn't persuasive enough for you, the solar panels can pay for themselves as energy suppliers will buy any surplus energy that households generate, saving money and the environment. That's a definite win-win.